Carice here from Hot 702.5 FM in Las Vegas. Get ready to experience basketball like never before. The historic National Pro-Am Championship Tournament, hosted by Delaware Sports Foundation and the HBCU Basketball Association, is taking center stage at the Doolittle Community Center in Las Vegas, Nevada, from April 25th through the 28th in 2024. It's more than just a tournament. It's a basketball extravaganza. Witness top-tier athletes, electrifying matchups, and slam dunk moments that will leave you breathless. Come see who will take home the trophy and first place prize of $100,000. But that's not all. We're shining a spotlight on small businesses. If you are a local business looking for exposure, seize this opportunity to be featured with our TV partners. Email chbcuba.com and ashaw@thehbcuba.com, and let your business shine alongside the thrilling basketball action. Save the dates and join us for an unforgettable experience. The National City Leads Pro-Am Championship, where the love for basketball meets the pulse of the city. Don't just hear about it, be a part of it. April 25th through the 28th, 2024 at the Doolittle Community Center. Visit hbcuba.com to get your tickets now and let the excitement begin.
Hi. Hey.
What's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On Hot 702.5fm.com.
It's your main man, 360 the Poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California's sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale.
Oh, yeah. Just when you thought it was safe to jump back on the radio, it's your main man, your boy, 360 the Poet. And it's Wednesday, baby. It's hump day. Time to holla at the homie. What up, Amber Mac? Good to see you in the building as always, my girl. Who else out there? Lucy Lowe. Hey, babe. You supposed to be working, ain't you? What up, Goose? Be free in this thing like a wedgie. But, yeah, we in here, baby. What's happening with it? Got me a good old letter today. Some people be calling me up, hitting me up, saying what's happening with some things. What's going on there, Edwards? Happy to see you on this thing. What's going on? Shoot, I was read out of breath because I messed around and forgot my glasses in the other part of the studio when I was up there. I was out there doing my pre-show preparation. You know me. You know, proper preparation prevents poor performance. You know, poor performance promotes pain, you know? So, you know, I'm trying to make sure that my performance ain't poor. So I'm getting my preparation, and I left my glasses in the other side of the things. You know what I'm saying? So, what was that? Oh, okay, that's what's happening. But, yeah, what's up with it, though? You know, we in this thing, baby. Like I say, we in here. Everybody strap in, get your seats together, because I got a question that somebody probably going to ask theyself, or somebody's significant other going to ask them later on after this show is over with, like, let me get that out here. You know what I'm saying? I hope I ain't get nobody in trouble tonight. You know, that ain't my intentions to get nobody in no arguments. No argument. You know how people say arguing. I ain't arguing with you. You know, I'm trying to get nobody in no arguments or anything like that. What's up, Pam Torrea? Happening out there. That's my other life coach out there. She be out there getting it together. Y'all need some stuff planned to put together. Y'all holler at my homegirl, Pam. Homegirl, friend, sister, wife, neighbor, all the above. You know what I mean? She's, you know what I'm saying? She's my wife's close friend, but, you know, I be adopting all of them. They be adopting me too. So it be like that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? When you connect it like that, you know. Because today's topic, let me get my seat up a little bit. I be feeling, whoever was sitting here before, y'all must have been tall because I was way down too far. I couldn't see me. I already got this big old microphone foam over here. I'm going to have my engineer, when they come in here in a second, swap me out. I think we're going to be able to do that in a minute, too. So let me switch over here to my comment side of things. Let me see. Get these cleared up over here on Facebook side of things. Who over there? What's up, Ray Butler? Dakarai in the building. I got to make sure I see I got to see both my screens. Big ups to all the people who work on two screens out there. So, babe, big up to you. I'll be watching you in there in your office when you be working from home. So, it's people that be saying they be working from home that don't really be working from home. Just know somebody be watching y'all asses claiming y'all working from home. So I'm just proud to say that, when, my wife be working from home, she ain't always tuned in what they doing at work. But for the most part, she be double screening back and forth, ping pong and, doing her thing on her little desk that I put together for her. Yes, I did. But, that's how it goes when you married. Love and marriage, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, you at the number one phase. You say y'all be working them, you know what I'm saying? Y'all at home. Hey, anybody who get a chance to work remote or at the crib, big up to, Palm Tree Designs by Anna. That's my sister-in-law. She shows she the personification of working from home. She stay working from home, but stay creating other stuff while she at the crib, like the shirt, we just did my brother-in-law's 50th birthday party, right? And, we went all the way to Ohio, went all the way out there to Springfield, Ohio, of all places, down there home, like Dave Chappelle and all that kind of stuff. But she made everything, like the backdrop for all of the photos. She made all the little, she made pretty much everything that you can think of that come along with being a party. She made it, and it all looked, professional and legit and all that kind of stuff. We got koozie. I ain't never seen a koozie for a wine glass. What's up? Kiki! Sapphire and Gardner in the building. What's happening, home girl? I got Dak over here on the Facebook side of things, But, she did it all, man. So, but, that's what I'm just saying, like, the people that's working two screens, she was working like three of them in there. She had her two work screens and her, like, creative, like, cricket screen in that thing. Like, however she was creating all the stuff she was putting together. But she had a couple little screens. It felt like I was on the Minority Report or something. She said, what up, Joe? When the next episode of BMF coming on? I think that's Friday. Got to get that one in, baby. Hey, babe, we got to get that one in. They have to be watching that. We might have to watch that with Jason and May. Anyway, we in this thing, man. So I always got to let y'all know. I always put my disclaimer. What up, Jazz? You out there? My niece Jasmine out there in this thing. You know what I mean? You know how it be sometime. What is that sound going on in this ear? Over here. There you go. I'm good now. It wasn't till your electrifying self came in here, engineer of mine. There it is. Oh, there we go. I got all that sound out. You got me some lights on and got me looking all handsome and stuff over here in the camera. Look at you. What's going on? What's going on, Miss Contreras? How you doing in this thing, What is this in my ear? Okay, there we go. We back. I believe we back. Some stuff moved and it just made some sounds. But we good. But anyway, hope y'all not hearing that, because if I hear it, it'd be throwing me off. I feel like some water in my ear. It's just in the headphone. Beautiful. But let me turn my sound down, because I be loud sometimes, I don't like to be all that loud. Like I'm out here selling cars. Like, go see Cal. Tell Alicia I said, hello, my little one. She all grown up now. But anyway, so I always like to let y'all know out there, man, like my disclaimer, I've never been to school for I took psychology as a freshman, like everybody take in college, but I've never went to study it, or psychiatry or counseling of any sort. I've never studied any of those, right? But what I have done is I've lived a life. A colorful one, that is, too. I've lived a colorful life. And through that colorful life that I have lived, then I was able to kind of soak up some game. And then what's going on, Double Lee? I was able to soak up some game and damn, what was that sound? From myself or people I've been close enough or live vicariously through to kind of sponge it and squeeze it back out to y'all, right? So that's what we do here. So I'm like what you might call a coach of life, not really a life coach, but a coach of life. And I can do that because my life been lifing upon lifing, right? So basically we're going to dive into the letter and see what we're talking about today in today's episode of Holla at the Homie. Like I say, it's the number one advice guest line, online, or in person. You can always hit me up at 702-551-5261, or you can email me at hollaatthehomie@gmail.com if you've got something to say on, or got a letter for me to read up on the airwaves for you, something like that, right? But you can always comment. I'm going back and forth on both screens here. That's how we got on that topic. And you can always comment, and we'll do some banter back and forth on here, all right? So let's dive straight in. It says, Dear Holla at the Homie. Let me fold this, get a little bit closer. I hope this letter finds you well. I find myself in a bit of dilemma that I could use your counsel on. You see, my dear friend, I've been my boyfriend for over a year now, and while our relationship has blossomed beautifully, there is a topic that I've been hesitant to broach. As you know, privacy is paramount in any relationship, and I've always believed in maintaining a healthy level of personal space. Recently, my boyfriend has expressed the interest in having the code to my phone. While I understand his desire for transparency and trust, I'm not quite ready to take that step. I value our relationship immensely, and I want to communicate my feelings. But to him, I feel like he may feel I want to make sure he feels is respectful and understanding. Excuse me, let me reread that. I said, I value our relationship immensely, and I want to communicate my feelings to him in a way that he feels is both respectful and understanding. However, I feel he may misinterpret my reluctance as a lack of trust for him, which could not be further from the truth. I'm reaching out to you to find your guidance on the best way to approach this delicate conversation. How can I express my need for personal space while ensure to him my love and commitment? Your insight would be greatly appreciated. I know this is a sensitive issue, but I just wanted to holler at the homie to see what you would say and holler back. Warm regards, password protected. Oh, I like your name. Password protected. Shy Kyler, Shy Town, Robert Cool. What's happening, dog? Yeah. So, password protected. That's a good name for a letter because that's basically what you're doing. You protecting that password. And first, I want to say thank you for at least reaching out to me. Lulu, glad to see you back. You've been on vacation celebrating that anniversary, 20-some odd years married. Glad you're back, my girl. But first of all, I want to thank any listener or anybody who reaches out to me. I always want to say thank you because you could have been anywhere else. You know what I mean? But you right here with me. What's going on, Don? What's happening with you? Anyway, so Holla at the Homie, we keep it real, right? We keep it real and we attack the toughest conversations the best way we can, right? And so with that being said, this one it's a very heartfelt letter because, she said in some places in there where the things that he's thinking she thinks that he's going to think once she responds, because remember, I always got something to say about that. I always talk it out, don't think it out. That, she may feel like he's not feeling like she respects their relationship, or that it may be, reluctance or something along those lines to trust in him, right? So it's a very delicate and heartfelt letter that was a very serious situation that they're dealing with right here, because for those of us who out here and we the married world, I'm pretty sure if not 100% of all married couples, at least 95% of married couples have each other's passwords, right? They have each other's passcodes, and because I can pick up my wife's phone right now, hit whatever numbers need are associated with opening it up. That's not her face, and it'll happen without a problem. She can do the same thing on mine. It's not an issue, things of that nature. Especially if you're not out there bucking the system, but I'm pretty sure most, if not all, married couples have each other. So, because this one says she's been in a relationship with her boyfriend for a little over a year. So they've had, you said we have had passcodes for each other's items. Exactly. Yeah, you have to. You know what I mean? It's not an issue. It's not an issue. If you Spike Lee and doing the right thing, it's not an issue for them to have it, right? Because sometimes you need it because, her phone may have better pictures of something that we had, and I want to post it, so I need to send it to me so I can post it from mine. You know what I mean? Something like that, right? The thing about it is so it's not an issue for those couples who've been together like that. Matrimonial couples is what I'm assuming. But you know what they say about assuming? Making an ass out of you and me, right? But with that being said, with younger couples, this is a very, or younger in relationship couples, because this couple right here, I actually know the girl involved in this situation. I don't really know the guy. I don't really know him like that, but I know her from back in the day. That's why she said, my dear friend. Like I say, she put her handle on here, so I know this person. And, she ain't that young, but they're young in their relationship. That's why I said that. What'd you say, Ms. Contreras? You say, but your guest letter is a boyfriend and a girlfriend, right? Exactly. They're in that stage still. They still in that boyfriend girlfriend stage. So that's a little more delicate. That's why I said this is a delicate and very, a tiptoe around type situation, because you have to handle it the right way, right? It was a thoughtful letter. The relationship, she wants to navigate through this relationship in the way, because I highlighted a couple things on this letter where it says, like, it's a topic that she's been hesitant to broach. So something that she's been, he's said it to her before. He said, what that you're saying? What is his reasoning for wanting the password? So she says in here that the reason that he said is just express his interest in having a code is, his desire for transparency and trust. And both of them, that's just something, again, most of the times, if there's an issue on the surface, there's another one that's deeply rooted, right? There's always another issue that's deeper rooted. If you're committed, cool, share it. If you're dating, you know what? Miss Tally, you right about that, because they may be boyfriend and girlfriend, yes, but that's still the dating phase, to be honest to me, and until you jump the broom, say I do, whatever, like a lot of stuff still goes. Would you say they're not married? It's a trust issue. Yeah. Is it a control issue? That is another thing they might have to consider right there. The words, they have to consider that. Would you say, Shy Kyler, you had this conversation with neighbors a while back. You may not be hiding anything, but as a friend, what if a friend sent you a personal or a group chat sent? That's it. Hey, see, that's why I like the devil's and the angel's advocate on both sides of my shoulder, and then Lulu Tally says he's trying to get to the next level. These are all relative and, yes, poignant thoughts and points. Let's rewind it a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, we asked the question, is it a trust issue or is it a control issue? That's one way you can kind of dissect it. Let's look at it from that perspective, because in her letter, she said he's asked before. So it doesn't say that he consistently or persistently asks, but it says in the letter that he's asked before, right? You know what I mean? Exactly. You say, I say no, they are dating. Passwords are husband and status. And exactly. And I feel the same way. I do. I understand that. But then I got to dedicate this time to that as well, because she's considering it. Because she says, like, she understands his desire for transparency and trust, but she's not ready to take that step. So if that's your philosophy, password protected, then if you're not ready to take that step, then that's something you got to let him know in that right. Again, y'all know what I say. I say it every week. Communication is the number one key to open up any locked door, meaning any barrier that's in front of you, anything that says you can't get in without the proper tool, the communication is that. You say, what'd you say, Shy Kyler? You say, I've seen some incidents where the read into that was sent, sort of personal, but the phone was shared to the spouse. And you know what? People be pillow talking and messing up the whole text chain sometime, too. You right about that. Would you say no hubs and privileges unless they have it on paper? Exactly. Put hashtag, put it on paper. You're right. Put it on paper. What'd you say, Icarus? You say, get the password before marriage. If you need to wait until engagement, do that. But share. Okay. And you're right. And these are, again, I love the volley back and forth. Like, because you got to think about the level of commitment. That's what you got to look at it as. If you're looking to take it to the next level, Miss Banks over here, Mrs. Banks over here said, if you're looking to take it to the next level, then that is part of that growth period. What's up, George Jones? Long time no see. What's up, OG? Salute, bruh. If you're looking to take it to that next level, like you're looking to get engaged or something like that, then at that point when you're not yet to that commitment, then you may be able to say like, well, this is the point where I'm ready to take it to the next level. Like some people say is when you meet my mama, you meet my daddy, then you ready to get married after that. Nah, when I give you these passwords, that's when I'm ready to say I do. And again, but like, and to go back to Shy Kyler's point, I share with a disclaimer when I share with my wife. And she understands because my transparency been since that level of commitment, since it's been before people got married, that we've had each other's passwords and stuff like that. But I openly share with her like how I feel about a lot of stuff. And I said, because why? Exactly. So like I just said, we've been sharing it before we were even married, but like my whole thing is like, we share so transparently. If I were to say something, passwords can be changed, McFadden. You're right about that. But, if you got to do all that, then you got, then you're really not in that space either. But again, we share so transparently that I can say like, hey, don't open the group text with me and the fellas, because it's going to be something that's going to hurt your eyes. I'll say that. You know what I mean? So if she know that, I may not want to dive into that because he shared with me that, they men. All he says, we men. All I say is we men. We married, not buried. And none of this means, none of that mean nothing personal. You understand what I'm saying? We just simply looking at some shit. You understand what I'm saying? You tell them don't swipe left. Don't swipe left. You're gonna hurt your eyes. Do not go to the message that's got all us in that bubble. I'm just telling you. And if you decide to be nosy, that's your fault. Your fault. Yeah, what'd you say, Dakari Kofi said, if the guy is asking for her phone password, he's probably invested in the next step. Be careful, you might lose his trust. We as guys normally don't care unless we're serious. This is true. This is true. What'd you say, Sapphire? He do not want to see what me and the girls talk about. Exactly. And I don't never want to go into her and her girls Marco Polos or whatever they group messages and stuff be. I'm not going into all that. For what? That ain't a conversation for me. That's they talk. Like they'll talk to me. I'm brother them. You know what I mean? They'll talk to me. You say, and would you say, Mrs. Banks, and don't be a dumbass and share your passwords and you're being an old dirty uncle. Exactly. If you out here being a slut, then don't be out here be like, yeah, you can have his password, because then you're going to be looking dumb that you got caught up because you couldn't clear everything you thought you could clear. Y'all understand women are smarter than any other person when it comes to the phone. They act dumb with phones. They act dumb, act like they don't know how this work. But man, let me tell you, let them have some time alone with that phone and it's on. What'd you say, twin? The topic of the day is we got a young lady who, let's rewind for all the people that's just joining us. The topic of the day is we got a young lady who wrote us a letter, says she's been with her boyfriend for a little over a year, and he's discussed asking about trying to figure out to get the passcodes to her phone. And she's reluctant because she wants to keep a little bit of personal space to herself. So and he's feeling like, she's reluctant because, there's a lack of trust and understanding. So that's where we are today. That's the topic of the day. So again, if you are out here being an old dirty uncle or old dirty bastardio, hey man, who's over here? Hey, block this person. I hate when people be coming on here sorry for bothering you. If anybody ever say sorry for bothering you, first of all, they not sorry for bothering you. They're absolutely not sorry for bothering you. If that's the first, sorry for bothering you, or that's like, I don't give a damn what you do in translation, but I'm going to say what I got to say. I hate it when people say sorry for bothering you, because you're not sorry for bothering me, because you're still bothering me. So you're not sorry. You know what I mean? So anyway, back to the topic at hand. So we talking about, I always talk about communication being the number one key to open up any door that may be locked in your way. So metaphorically, what I'm saying is, if you can talk to it, if you can talk through it, you can get to what you're trying to get to. You got to be able to talk it through. It can open up any door, right? So we talk about this. This is a very delicate situation, like I said, in today's age, in today's time, today's digital age. everybody is connected to a phone somewhere, somehow, right? So, I was truly miss the days when it was just a house phone only. I miss them. I wouldn't be able to do all this and stuff like that on phones and computers and stuff like that, but I would be able to still be able to not answer the phone. People have too much access to us. So anyway, today's age, when we're looking for transparency, and it's also important to respect each other's privacy. Again, like I said before, like I have my wife's passcodes to her phone. She has mine, but you won't ever see either one of us just in the corner, like looking through the other one's stuff. It's foolish. Because you got to understand, when you go looking for stuff, your perspective of whatever you find is going to be your reality of what you find. What'd you say, Mrs. Banks? Girlie, get that man that password. It's no biggie. And it probably ain't. But she never said anything whether or not she was out here all the way on the up and up. She was just like, I understand his want and desire for transparency and trust, but I'm not ready to take that step. I underlined that. I wanted to make a point about that. She said she not ready. Would you say, Twin J2, if you're being real, what are you hiding? That's everybody's point. Like, if you're being real with it, what's the purpose? But again, like, to back up to what Shy Kyler said earlier, he's witnessed certain situations where people have misinterpreted what they saw for what they thought was a reality. What'd you say, Denver Brigham? I don't need a password. I pay full attention to my mate. I study them, always have. If she or he gonna cheat, they don't need a phone. Probably need to pop up at the job. Meet the work boyfriend or girlfriend, their work husband or work wife. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? It ain't the ones on the phone. It's the ones when they ain't at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, where they at. They making bread. But what they doing to people they making bread with? You know what I'm saying? So, but like, I still look at it and, my wife got a work husband. I got a work wife. But these work husband, work wife is usually people that don't even like our sex. You understand? And if it is, it's somebody who's like old and gray, Exactly, my mans. Exactly, my mans, So it's all about, again, like Denver Brigham made a very important point. He pays full attention. Not watch, not stalk, but pay attention. Attention is the only thing that's free that you got to pay for. Yeah, remember I said it. Attention is the only thing that's free that you got to pay for. You got to pay attention. What that you say, McFadden? That's what happened to me. I wasn't hiding anything, but things I discussed with my family were not his business. Passwords got changed. Ooh. I heard that. Precious cuss. What's up, Precious? How you doing, baby? Good to see you, my girl. Exactly. Denver Brigham. Be more attentive. You know what I'm saying? Like, be more attentive. You have to pay full attention to things, right? You have to be tuned in to what people are doing. Watch the movements that people make. It said if you don't trust the person and they don't have integrity, having a password will not be won't save you. That's the truth. If they don't have, integrity is doing the right thing when nobody's watching. Oh, you said you always notice change behavior. Women especially. Ooh, she said a word right there. I grew up with all women, right? So I know I do not have the ability to mask my changed behavior because that's something you cannot hide. If you're changing your behavior, you cannot hide it. And women catch on to that. So they may not be directly on point with what it is that the changed behavior is a representation of, but they know is something is amok. You say you got work siblings and aunties and uncles. Oh, definitely them. I got work kids like a mother. I got work nieces and nephews. Everybody call me Uncle Will. It's maybe because I'm old, maybe because I'm always preaching and talking smack, but at work, they call me Uncle Will. You know what I mean? And that's how I be sometimes. You know what I mean? You say, and what'd you say? Let me see if I got to verify everything and they say the relationship live, on live video, and that's, I don't need all of that. What'd you say, man? I didn't in a phone booth under 30 second sex. Oh man, it don't. Hey, It don't take long to get it on. So if the feeling feels funny, then something's probably going on. And that's the thing. Like, if people are in that point of the relationship where you feel like you have to have these things as a verification, like you just said right there, right? If you have to have these things as a verification, then you're at a point in a relationship where it's really thin ice for you, because that's when you don't know whether, because you need the verification to make sure that you write about how you feel about them. What's up, Sassafras? You need the verification to make sure that you're right about, the belief that you have in them. So if you're at that and you need that verification, then you are on very thin ice. You need that ice not to crack, because you fragile right then. You're at a fragile point. He may be at a fragile point that he needs these passwords just to verify that he's okay with being with one woman. I don't know what his meanings are. I don't really know. Again, I don't know him. And, again, I don't know the young lady. I know her from back in the day, but I haven't seen her in 12, 15, 20 years. You know what I mean? But again, I know of her, and, she's a cool person. You watch people's lives and stories online. But again, I don't know either of them in regards to what they have going inside or outside, or their needs or feelings for the relationship. I'm stating these points as saying, like, if it's anybody who needs that validation, then the ice is very thin. Exactly, Danica Carpet. I don't care about past. I'm not going to go look. I'm not looking. I don't want to look. Like, if I'm feeling insecure, the worst thing I could do is look. Because anything I see that is not in standard of what I believe is perfect is going to be a blemish, and it's going to turn into a big ass blot. It's going to ruin everything. So what's the purpose of looking? You say, what's my answer? Pick a side. I don't never pick a side. I'm telling you, I give the angels and the devil's advocates advice. I'm saying what can be done and what's a possibility of what might be going on. My point is, I'm saying I don't need them. Exactly. Insecurity. That's what I said. Whenever there's a problem on the surface, like an insecurity, then that's something that's deeply rooted in something in the past that may have burnt them. This man may be like, you know what? Last time I didn't get this, I got burned. Or the last one who was reluctant to do me like this burned me. Or the last time I did this, I was successful. However this may feel, is something deeper rooted in the surface issue. If an issue ever comes to the surface, you got to try to find the root of it. If you start growing bad weed, you got to look at the genetics, look at the roots. That's the same in any relationship. Communication is the number one key to opening any door, right? And to be open and honest with your boyfriend is the best thing. You say, what'd you say, Denver Brigham? Narcissism plays a part sometimes. This is true. Some people want to have that. I want it because I said I want it. And what's the purpose of having it? May not even do nothing with it. I just want it because I want it. And why you want it? Would you say if that's the case, then comply and make your partner feel comfortable? That's one perspective and way this person could go about that. What's the person that password protected? Password protected could comply and make their partner feel comfortable, but at what expense? You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes compliance and allowing someone else's comfort is taking you into a place of discomfort. So where's our balance then? That's not a compromise. That's a takeover. In my opinion, a compromise isn't always compliance. A compromise would be to sit down and have a conversation and see what it is. And, because you got to make sure, you got to reiterate your love and commitment to the person, right? And would you say, but you're right, so show's over. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. No, you're not right. Hush your ass up. What's going on? What's up, D.A. Pogue in the building? My dog, David Allen Pogue. Yeah, it's a real name. It's a real player. Axel Foley, for those who don't know. But like, you got to reiterate your love and commitment to the relationship and emphasize that, it's about comfort levels. Again, I can't make you feel comfortable by making me feel uncomfortable, because it's not about distrust, so you got to approach this conversation with empathy. And you have to approach this conversation with understanding, meaning like, listen to the perspective, validate your boyfriend's feelings. I'm never saying make him feel like his feelings are not valid. That's complying, making sure that people are understood, that they're heard, and that their feelings are valid. You got to make sure that he feels that his feelings are valid, but you have to also reiterate how you feel. So it's not about like saying like, yeah, your feelings are valid, but no, yes, your feelings are valid. Also, the way I feel about this and your feelings, I feel that your feelings are valid, but I also feel like my comfort level would dissipate if I go to this right now. Because that's what she said. I underlined it. She said she's not ready for that step yet. Not ready to take that step yet. So they may be in different places in their relationships. Password protected, Mrs. Banks is an advocate for sharing your passwords and your feelings with this man. Share your passwords and your feelings is what Mrs. Banks is saying over here on this side. But again, there's so many different ways you can approach it. But these are a couple of things that might need to be emphasized, making sure that you reiterate the love and commitment to each other, to the relationship. Y'all been together for a year. So it's not like you just gonna say, all right, your love lease is up. That ain't how people operate, because if you consider it enough to write me a letter, you consider it enough to actually give it up. If you say she's sharing her inner self, different, exactly, she is. She's sharing everything. Mrs. Banks is sharing. I want the feelings, the password. Give it all to me. But you gotta again reiterate your love and commitment to the relationship, to each other, but also help him understand that his feelings are valid and understood, but that there are other perspectives on how you feel about his feelings. Because it's not, if you're really communicating, then I always say you have to listen to absorb what the other person is saying, not just to wait on your turn to respond. Communication is not double Dutch. Transparency 101. You have to be transparent. Transparent is if you plan to be with somebody unconditionally. That means through whatever. In order to be unconditional, you have to know all the conditions. Hey, if you're going to have unconditional love, you got to know what all conditions you dealing with. So you got to have that transparency if that's the level of commitment you ready to go. You say you got a hole in your hands, buddy. Might not want that password. Catch a video and vomit. And hey, you might see he might see the wrong thing on her phone. And you never ask a question you don't want to know the answer to. That's been in so many movies and songs, and that might even be in the Bible. I'm lying. I don't know, because I haven't read the Bible from in the beginning to amen. But yes, I'm still discussing passwords and sharing them, Vato Loco. I sure am. That's what we're talking about. How you feel about that? You decide you're going to share your feelings and you going to share your passwords, That's a real question. Mine are out there, with the person that need to know them and have them. Because what if, what if you need something out of my phone? What if you need to call somebody for me? What if I say, hey, go call Al for me one time. But you don't have Al's number. But I do. You need to go get it out of my phone. So you look up Al. I may need you to call Al because I'm holding up something and can't even get off my, I'm holding up something, my TV about to fall on me. I need Al to come from next door and help me put something up on the wall. Whatever the case may be. It may be an emergency. You may need to get in that phone. So if I love you enough What'd you say? We definitely share. You just said the person that needs to know. Exactly, the person that needs to know. My kids ain't got my passwords. I'll be damned. You ain't, your little nosy asses ain't about to be looking in my phone. Not at all. Not at all. What'd you say? What'd you say, Dakari Kofi? Password protected. Never forget that his need for security should never overshadow the fact that Al Bundy scored 4 touchdowns in 1963 high school championship. Polk High. You know, you got to understand that. Understand that, you know. But if you're afraid to share your password, that's one thing. If you feel like it's giving up too much of yourself, that's another thing. If you feel like you just don't want to do it because you being, you know, stubborn or defiant in some way, then that's a perspective in which you might say you playing games with this relationship. Because again, as we revisited and people talked about before, most of the guys are saying this, he's only going to ask for yours if he's willing to give up his and he's serious and ready to take it to the next level. What's that you say? My nephews definitely have my password. How the heck would they watch YouTube while we're driving? If the phone time out, that's your ass. You better keep it active. Don't doze off. If you asleep. If it asks you, are you still watching? Yep, still watching. But again, even if your nephew's got it, you can change it at any time. A password is easy to change. It's not hard. She said how her nephew's going to watch YouTube while we driving. See, that's the problem. These kids are stuck in this digital age. I need to be able, what happened to sing-alongs while we drive on the highway? What happened to I Spy? Long story short, there's nothing in there. It doesn't matter who has it. Okay, I get that on your phone. I would not but the messages that I get from my wife alone, you know, some of them the kids don't need to be seeing. You know, what if she done sent me something that is all saucy and hot and spicy? They don't need to see that. They don't need to see it. It ain't gonna be nothing like that. You know what I mean? Exactly. Don't do that. We sang on the road also. Exactly. I need that. I need the sing-alongs on the road. Like, I need I Spy. I need you to play Slug Bug. I need you to play the game where you spotting different, what'd you say? I'll pass on the singing. Why would you pass on the singing, McFadden? You better let them boys sing. Your boys you probably got boys to men and ride in your car with you, girl. You ain't let them sang in the car on the way. You never know if they can hit that usher. They be like, hi. They may bust that out. And I just found out that the dude from City High wrote that. Mind blowing. See, if y'all wasn't singing that in the car, they would have known that. Would you say he can't sing? I need to know. You say, that's my car. That was something we played on the road. You know, that's what I need these kids to be playing in the car. Like so those are the ones that don't need the password. But the person that needs to know, what'd you say? But why? What'd you say, Dave? You say, it don't need to be on a permanent basis. If I say, let me use your phone for a second, it just tells me tell me the code. But I think the movie is important. But the motive is important. Trust is the key. Okay, I couldn't read that. I need to put my glasses on. They wrote a whole paragraph in them up. All right, there it is. It say, let me use your phone for a second and just give me the passcode. But I think the motive is important, that trust is the key. All right, there it is. And which is true. The whole idea of it is the trust behind it, right? You can always say, what's the code? You know, let me see it, or put the code in for me, or whatever the case may be. Because Maya forget mine all the damn time. She forget, babe, I'm not going to tell y'all ass no more. I'm not going to tell you no more. If you don't remember it, that's on you. You can't get in it. Can't get in it. Here, put it up against my face. There you go. But there's so many ways people can get in the phone nowadays anyway. You know? What'd you say, Different Bigger? Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you give the password to both phones, the one in the trunk or the locker, as well as work. Follow me for more relationships. Don't you give away both phone codes. You say my code is too long, babe. That's what she said. No, it's too long. That's what she said. You know, I do have. Mine is like 6 numbers. I don't know why. Everybody else got like 2, 3 numbers for their code. Mine is like 6 numbers. It's dumb. It's dumb as hell, but I got it. I know it. I don't need it because my face work. Put my face up. It worked for me. I don't ever have to put my code in until I restart my phone or power it off or something like that. Stupid, right? Then I'd be having to ask her what the code is. Anyway, but you know, you got to be like willing to try to make sure that both sides are felt, heard, and seen on a subject like this, especially if you're going to stay in a relationship. If you're looking to get out this relationship, then just hold that hostage. Hold that passcode hostage, and that way you got an exit route. Because he's like, you know what? This is coming to an end. I can't trust you. You're like, you know what? You might be right. You might be right. You know, so I've been reevaluating why going on in this here situation too. And you might be right. You might not need the passcode to my phone. Or hit him with some raw, uncut truth. Be like, hey, my phone full of dick pics. He'd be, oh, never mind. I don't want that. I don't want that. Or you may get his truth like, oh, really? Let me see. You never know. You never know. Exactly. An exit plan. Maybe giving you an exit plan. Just tell him your phone is full of penises. Just say that. Say, yep, it's full of them. It's on every other picture is a penis. And see if he still want that code. If he do, then you might need to reevaluate in your relationship with him. That's all I gotta say. Exactly. Just exactly, Pam. Just text him emoji and a camera. Eggplant emojis and a camera. That's it. Be like, that's what my phone is full of. Exactly. Loaded with glizzies. It's loaded with them. That's all that's in my phone. Say, I have a whole portrait, a whole camera file full of nothing but exotic ones. I got the ones that's south of the border. Just let him know. Just tell him your phone is full of them. Like it's screenshots that, from past relationships. You ain't got rid of them. And just say his is any value. His probably in there too. Tell him, you gonna mess around and see yours. It's gonna be next to somebody else's. I don't know if you want that in your life. Tell him that. Tell him that and see if he still want that password. It's so many ways you can get this telltale going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey. Again, I've never been to law school, so I am not qualified to judge anybody. I don't own a gavel. But I am here to give you some information on how you can get the information you're looking for. Again, password protected. He may be looking to take things to the next level with you, right? So you said you're not ready to take that next step yet. So if that doesn't but you want to start to prepare yourself for that, and that's not translating through like the body language and the way y'all been moving towards each other, then that's when you got to kind of like, again, emphasize these things in your communication, in your conversation. You have to emphasize like what it is. You can't beat around the bush when you're trying to get to the point. You have to get to it. You can't be like, let me walk around this way and eventually we'll get back around here. Nah, you got to get straight to it, because the longer time you take, you're going to give yourself confusion and you're going to give the person that you're talking to confusion. And y'all both going to be not even remember what the hell y'all were talking about in the first place. He said if he's looking to take things to the next level, then he just need to say that. Okay, which is true too. But then again, he's a man. When do men ever just say exactly what we mean? I'm the one we describe it that mean going around the corner. Women, y'all get to the point for the most part. Y'all go on and on and on and on and on and on about the same point, but y'all get straight to it. Us, we gonna go around the corner, been around the world and I finally got to the point. I'm talking to the men when I'm talking out here. He may be looking to take it to the next level, but he's got a roundabout way of saying it. So if you do it, get straight to that point, give him a shortcut, be like, so check this out. I notice how you feel about this, but this is how I feel about this. Where can we meet in the middle on this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I dig you. I'm rocking with you. Reiterate the fact that you liking him. Y'all in this thing. Y'all got a calendar behind y'all, right? You say, if you going raw, share the password. We at the next level. Hey, that's the truth. If more people thought like that, Axel Foley, if more people thought like that, if you're going raw with somebody, then you might as well just be completely transparent. Then they be transparent with too many people. They out here raw dogging it. They nasty nowadays, boy. Like, at least we had different types of rubbers that we was using. Like, you had mess around, go to the clinic at school and get a whole paper bag full of some Rias or some lifestyle, the black lifestyles with the tuxedo. You run across all kind of condoms out there, but these The way they slanging this swipe out here now, they don't giving a damn who getting it skin to skin. So that wouldn't even be a good thing in this new digital age, because they busted wide open. They not even kissing on the first day. They eating booty on the first date. On the first date, they eating booty. So so just think about that first and foremost. You got to understand that first and foremost. So again, so to reiterate what we talked about today, right? I want to go back and say, for those who are trying to or are teetering back and forth between whether or not to get exactly, and they still see, Lulu Talley said they still give them out. They still giving out rubbers out here, but that don't mean the people out there taking them. They don't mean they taking them and using them. Man, listen, that was the lick. You can go to so many different places to get rubbers. They made it look like you was getting laid like that. And you wasn't. Most of them went to waste. But you still had them on deck. Parents used to give them away as stocking stuffers when they knew their kids was sexing. Nowadays, I'm telling you, they need to give out dental dams. Because these kids is nasty. Anyway, but, to reiterate what we talked about today, right? If you teeter in between whether to give away your password or not, the things you got to understand, like, are you rocking with that person like that to where they are the one who needs to know, deserves to know, right? So you also have to reiterate with them the commitment to the relationship that you have with them, but reemphasize also that you have a need for your personal space, if that's what you're feeling. Password protected. But also it's important to have the conversation with some sort of empathy and some understanding. Make sure that your man feels like his feelings are valid and that they're heard and understood. Because apparently you get it. You feel like he wants him because of trust and transparency, right? But make sure that he understands that you know that about him. But also make sure that you have a mutual respect to let him know that you're not ready for that yet. You have to have that open dialogue. If you have, and I think that'll be the number one factor to strengthen the bond between you and your partner. All right. Well, that's all the time we got for today, folks. You know how we do. We come in here, we talk for a little bit of time, and y'all can always holler at the homie by emailing me at HOLLATTHAHOMIE@gmail.com. So I'm going to thank Lulu Talley. I'm going to thank Axel Foley, Shy Kyler, McFadden Amber, Lucy Lowe, Pam Torre, and all these people. Dakari, Mrs. Banks came over here on this side. Denver Brigham, always giving me some of that good old heat. And for all those who always tune in and tap in, I appreciate y'all. So until next time, I'm going to holler at y'all in a minute.